Back at the table. No, I was actually going to Thursday off, and when they brought the keyboard, I was like, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Well, it ended up at my mother-in-law's house.
Oh, it's coming. Sometimes it happens, but it did. We ended up
we just weren't using it now. What's it? It's all right.
I know. I mean, I can't say what to say. So just come on up. I mean, the kids, me, somebody come on up and do places. I'll roll on. Good morning, everybody. We'll begin the service in just a moment. We still have some waffles available. This is Waffle Sunday. And pancakes too. Man, we got it rolling over here. Anybody hungry? Help us eat up some of this food. Pancakes and waffles. And welcome everyone that's watching us on Facebook. Get settled in. We'll begin the service in about 5 minutes or so. So welcome everybody. Enjoy some nice, tasty breakfast. My favorite breakfast, pancakes. Oh my goodness, I hope she's
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity Elementary. Join me as we affirm this morning that we know that God is in everything. Sing along with us. You gonna join me? I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in it. Now we feel. I feel joy, I feel peace. I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. Now 2 more times. We get to choose, right, Nicole? And then we're going to know, but let's choose together. These same words. I choose joy, I choose peace. I choose goodness surrounding me. I choose love in every breath I breathe. I choose God in everything. I choose happiness, I choose freedom. I choose the beauty that lives in me. I choose perfection in what life brings. I choose God in everything. I know joy, I know peace. I know goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God's in everything. Yes, I know God's in everything. Namaste, 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 namaste. The God within me honors the God within you. Let's say hello to our spiritual family with some hugs and handshakes this morning, everybody. So glad you're here with us this morning. Get in those last hugs, y'all. Good morning, everybody. So, a keyboard has magically appeared. Yay! I have a story to tell you about this later, but for now, welcome everybody. If it's your first time here, if you've been here all 40 years, we welcome your presence here. We honor your presence. And welcome everyone that's watching us today online on Facebook. We welcome you as well. May you feel the energy and love of our magnificent, loving, spiritual family. So sit back with some coffee and relax, and we're so glad that you're here with us online today. And welcome everyone in this room. Let's all just take a big, deep breath together. relaxing into this moment here and now. Isn't it great to know that we are exactly where we need to be this morning? There are no mistakes in our lives in the mind of God. We come here together to remind each other of who we are as magnificent expressions of life. And I'm so grateful for this spiritual family called Unity of Metairie. Thank you, God, for this time together. So go ahead and silence your cell phone if you might do that as we create a sacred space together. Anything else that might make a noise. And do we have anybody here for the very first time today? Just simply raise your hand. We're not going to embarrass you. Yes, we talked to a couple here. So we're going to get you a packet. And everyone that's online as well, if you are interested in getting a packet and want to learn more about Unity, you can request one of these online in the comments section. Just give us your address and your name, and we'll be happy to send this to you. It tells all about what we do here locally and what Unity does all around the world. And for everyone here today, you'll notice that there's a sheet on the back. If you wouldn't mind filling this out and dropping it in the basket when we come around with the offering bin. Let us know what you thought about the service. And we're so grateful that you're here with us this morning, and we know that you are here perfectly, because we all are exactly where we need to be. Who got to get a waffle this morning? So good, so delicious. My favorite breakfast of all. Loving me a waffle. I got here, I think I had 2 of them. So thank you, Sam and Sue and Samantha for coming here early. Y'all let's give them a hand putting this together. So cool. It's wonderful. It smells so good in here. It's awesome. So I may need to take a nap early from all the carbs, though, but we'll see. So let's begin to relax, pulling ourselves here to this moment. Once again, feeling gratitude as we move into what we call the holiday season of Thanksgiving coming up. May every day and every time be a time of gratitude and thanksgiving for our lives and for ourselves and for who we are as divine expressions of God. We say, thank you, God. We were created in your image and likeness. We have the power to change our lives. We have the power to remember who we are and to awaken to our true self. So this morning, we're here for that holy and divine purpose, knowing that every encounter is a holy encounter. So we say, thank you, God. We have some kids here today, some girls that helped us sing this morning. You guys want to come up? And we're going to give you a little blessing. She can just stay there if she'd like. It's her first time, so she may be just a little bit up there. By next week, she'll be doing cartwheels in the front, I'm sure. So as we give this blessing to our sweet little one here, we also send this blessing to children all over the world. May they remember who they are as divine expressions of life. They don't have to be here with us in this space to energetically know that they are loved, they're always guided and always protected as children of God. So say with me together, children of light, we bless you. We see you loved, guided, and protected by God's presence. And New Orleans style, we love y'all. We swear to God. All right, and they're going to stay with us in the service today, enjoying this Thanksgiving service. Today, actually, even though I'm here in the flesh, today is my day off, and today was a day off, and I have to tell you a really quick story that's just so awesome and amazing before we get into the service. If you've been here the last few weeks, you know that the keyboard that we were using, my keyboard that I've used in the recording studio for like 25 years, bit the dust, literally exploded, with the smoke and everything just about. And I've been playing the piano over there disguised as an altar, which worked out, and we've been raising money for a new keyboard. And they hate for me to call them kids because they're grown men, but to me they're kids. Our sound guys back there, Adam and Everett, donated this keyboard. They brought it in during the service, during the board meeting last week and surprised us. So y'all just give these guys generously, give them a hand. Adam, thank you so much. It really, you hear all kind of things about kids these days, and I don't know where they're looking, but what I see in kids this age in their 20s is generosity, awakening, lovingness, guiding us, helping us to see and to be grateful. So thank you guys so much. Really kind of restored my faith. I have to say I'm kind of a softie. Whenever I got home, I had a moment where I just kind of burst into tears for a moment, and in a good way. It was just inspiring and awesome. So thank you guys so much for that. Once again, may we just relax Bringing all of our attention here and now. As best you can, letting go of any concerns, any thoughts, any regrets of the past, any thoughts about the future, knowing that the only time we have is here and now. Everything you need is right here in this moment. For the very presence and power of God is here within you. And we begin our service by listening to these thoughts from our daily word.
Sunday, November 18th, 2018. We are one. In oneness, we live in love. Jesus was clear to those who gathered in his name, and he shared, just as I have loved you, you should also love one another. John 13:34. His followers observed this directive by gathering in spiritual communities, sharing freely with each other, giving readily to those in need. Their commonality was a willingness to live in love. I remember Jesus' words and feel my loving connection to all other beings on this planet. I know that we are truly spirit, intimately linked through the energy of divine mind. I send my energy out in the form of peace and love. In my work, play, and service to others, I share oneness. In doing this, I am reaffirming my connection with infinite love and with all life. In oneness, we live in love. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. John 13:35.
Thank you for those beautiful words as a reminder that we are all part of one magnificent tapestry. We are all expressions of the divine. Each of us individualized, beautiful children of God, created in the image and likeness of God. So we relax into this moment, being grateful. So we know that right here, right now, we are exactly where we need to be. We say, thank you, God. Right here, right now, we have come into the presence of God, and our hearts are open to the love that's found right here, right now, right here, right now. We have come into the presence of God, and our hearts are open to the love that's found right here, right now. And our hearts are open, and our hearts are open to the love that's found right here, right now. So this morning we have Paul and Brenda are going to join me. Paul is speaking today. I'm enjoying my time off, relax, smell the waffles. And we welcome Paul and Brenda, who lead our children program and also our spiritual education department. They come up with awesome classes every Tuesday night. We appreciate you guys so much as we enter into our service. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. In a comfortable position, in a Thanksgiving. And close your eyes if you like. Take in a deep breath. Hold it for a moment. And exhale. And take in another deep breath. Breathing in deeper than before. Holding it maybe a little longer. And then exhale. One more time. Deep breath. Hold. And exhale. And now just relax your body. And today, we're not going to actually clear our minds. We're going to go within. And I would like you to find a sensation within yourself that brings you to this present moment. It can be anything, such as the sound of your breath, or your heartbeat, or some other sensation in your body as you're sitting in your chairs. Perhaps you will hear the background murmur of friends and family. Whatever it is, bring all of your attention to that sensation at this present moment. Allow yourself to become absorbed in your own present moment. Do not hold on to the past or reach for the future. Become absorbed in the sensations that exist during this time right now. And as this time slowly changes from moment to moment, notice as your sensations also slowly change from moment to moment. Now become grateful for this moment. Turn your awareness to your breath and feel gratitude for this very breath that sustains you. No matter what the universe throws at you, your breath is constantly flowing. It is constantly with you, always giving life. Now with an inhale, repeat in your mind, I am, as you breathe in. And with your exhale, repeat in your mind, grateful. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful. Inhale, I am. Exhale, grateful. Continue on for a few moments. Now allow your breath to radiate out and to travel to every corner of your body, with gratitude traveling along with it, touching each space. The crown of your head, your face, your neck, your torso, your arms, your fingertips, your legs and knees, and your feet and toes. And just take a few moments to feel that within your body and the gratitude. Feel the natural bliss that begins to arise in your body as you do this, pulsing through each cell of your being. Now start to expand your gratitude, acknowledging all that has supported you and all the people that you care about. Allow anything that spontaneously arises in your thoughts, such as friends, family, perhaps a delicious meal, or your safe and warm home. Absolutely anything, allow it to be present as you feel this gratitude. Now let that drift out of your mind, creating space for another person, place, object, or thing to arise. Take a few breaths and meditate on the gratitude you have for that as well. And as it enters, and pay attention to it for a few moments and let it float away. Feel the pure bliss pulsing through your entire being. Be grateful for those surrounding you today. Offer friends and family your grateful, heartfelt wishes for their well-being, their happiness, and their successes. Know that as you open your heart and extend your gratitude to those around you, you create space for their grateful, heartfelt wishes to come right back to you. When you're ready, you can bring yourself back to your physical surroundings and to your social awareness. And as you are ready, you may slowly open your eyes and bring that grateful energy out into your day and into every corner of your life.
Say thank you. grateful, oh grateful, I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Now thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to just say thank you now. Just thank you now. 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 Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, good morning. Well, hopefully y'all figured out the theme of today's service by now. Between what Jack said in the beginning and meditation and Karen Drucker's song. Yes, this is our Thanksgiving service, so we're giving thanks. And it's interesting, well, I find it interesting, but honestly also a little disturbing. Over the last few years, it seems Thanksgiving is suffering the same fate as Christmas and other things. If you watch TV right now, there's more commercials about Black Friday than there is about the holiday coming up. In fact, the most disturbing thing I heard came last year when I heard a commercial that said, and I quote, "We're not only celebrating Black Friday, we're going to celebrate Black Thursday." And I realized Black Thursday was Thanksgiving. So I decided to look up not the legend and all that we grew up with Pilgrims and Indians, because we know the controversy around all those ideas these days. But when Thanksgiving became a legal holiday, what was the reason and why was that time picked? And the idea of the harvest and all that. Because I know this year confused a lot of people. A lot of people think Thanksgiving is the Thursday after this one coming up. But Thanksgiving is always the fourth Thursday of the month of November. And this is actually the earliest that Thanksgiving can ever come, because November 1st was a Thursday. And in the law, it says the reason why they decided on the fourth Thursday and not the last Thursday is that most years that would give an extra week to help the retailers. It was made a holiday right at the end of the Depression. But again, that idea of things. And how often when we see in movies and TV families gathered around the Thanksgiving table, what we see is people thanking for what they have, what they already have. And yet, we hear at Unity, we hear people say, no. We should always, our prayer should always be rooted in gratitude, in thankfulness, which is more than thanking for what we have or what we have achieved. And we see, as you'll see in a moment, some of the research I've done, that this idea of gratitude extends through multiple religions with a much broader view than simply, I am thankful for what I have or what I have been given. In fact, we'll start with Unity. This was written by Unity minister Reverend Paul John Roach. I believe we need only one thing to live in gratitude and appreciation. That one thing is our ability to allow the present moment to unfold just as it is. The simple willingness to look and listen is all we need to open up a whole new world of possibilities. When that expanded vision arises in us, we cannot help but give joyful thanks. Simply saying, be grateful for the moment. No matter what's going on in that moment, be grateful for it. That gratitude needs to come first. A second Unity minister, a Reverend Felicia Blanco Cersei. One lesson that Jesus gives over and over again is on the power of gratitude as a prayer. So often we think of gratitude as an effect. We say thank you after the fact. But when you read the stories of Jesus, particularly the stories of the miracles, we find him giving thanks to the Father in advance of his request. So when Jesus gives thanks in advance, he affirms the fundamental truth that God as source is infinitely present. He claims in that moment that we are created from the field of God, thereby provided with everything we need to live life freely and abundantly. Jesus understood that a continual consciousness of gratitude cultivates our field of awareness of God's good and our ability to lay claim to it. Simply put, be grateful and all things are possible. We always heard that through faith all things are possible. But Jesus had the faith, it was his gratitude that allowed him, I believe, to tap in to that source, to that power. And as Paul wrote in his letter to the Colossians, also let the peace of the Christ rule in your heart, as for you were called to that peace in one body, and show yourself thankful. So yeah, we definitely see that in Christianity. And I was telling Brenda, I actually found this quote. We've got to be careful we judge other religions too harshly when all we know about them are the people who knock on our door and bother us. This was actually written by a Jehovah's Witness. Lasting happiness comes not from merely saying thank you occasionally, but from having a grateful disposition. That in turn protects us from the feelings of entitlement, envy, and resentment, which would alienate people from us and rob us of the joy of life. In other words, don't worry about what we have or don't have or going to get. Be thankful for where we are right now. Knowing, as Jack said earlier, we're right where we're supposed to be. Too often we think towards the future, where we want to be, instead of where we are right now. And be grateful for that. Travel a little bit to Hinduism. This is a Hindu story. A guru was sitting with two disciples under a sprawling banyan tree in India. The older student inquired, "Guruji, how long must I wait until I realize God?" The teacher responded, "Enlightenment is not something that can be predicted, but since you have asked," he leaned over and spoke in his right ear, "it will be 20 more lives." "Oh no," the youth cried in dismay. "I don't know if I can wait that long." The other follower, naturally curious, asked of his own future. And the guru whispered, "Liberation will come after you live as many lives as this banyan has leaves." Hearing this, the seeker jumped to his feet and began to dance. Why? He was suddenly overtaken with the assurance that he would ultimately be liberated. Ecstatic with appreciation, he transcended the mind and attained his liberation that very moment. The first student was on the path of depreciation. For him, the pot was half empty. For the second, immersed in thankfulness, the pot was half full. There's a lot more than 20 leaves on a banyan tree. The power of gratitude. Being in the moment. Simply knowing we're going to end up, we're going to be where we're supposed to be, but yet we're where we're supposed to be right now. And to be grateful for that all the time. This is from the Buddha. The Blessed One said, "Now, what is the level of a person of no integrity? A person of no integrity is ungrateful and unthankful. This ingratitude, this lack of thankfulness, is advocated by rude people. It is entirely on the level of people of no integrity. A person of integrity is grateful and thankful. This gratitude, this thankfulness is advocated by civil people. It is entirely on the level of people of integrity. Gratitude. I think the Buddha is teaching us that if we live a life of gratitude, of thankfulness for what we are in the moment, what we have in the moment, that will be the guiding force of our life. That we will then live a life of integrity. We won't be envious, we won't be jealous, we won't dislike other people because they have something we want and we don't have. We won't be greedy. We obviously won't steal from somebody else. And those things that I just mentioned, what the Buddha saw as not having integrity. So the root of integrity is gratefulness. Being thankful for what we have. And this leads to another side of gratitude. Because it's easy to be thankful and full of gratitude when things are going well. What about when they're not going well? Well, Buddha answers that question too. May I be given the appropriate difficulties so my heart can truly open with compassion. In other words, bring it on. It is through the difficulties and the tough times in our lives that we can open up to that trust and that gratitude. That in those times, if we begin to work with gratitude of saying, thank you, Lord, for this illness. It has caused me to stop, to reflect. In fact, I won't name him, he's not here, but one of our members shared that one time with us. That he had a serious illness. And he was so grateful for that illness because it caused him to stop and reflect and realize where he was now, which made him even more grateful when he recovered. And if we truly believe that we are more than we are right now, maybe we need to be grateful for death too. Because death is the moment when we transcend. Or as I like to simply put it, part of me is envious, here we go, envy, of those who have died because now the questions have been answered. All those questions that I have, what's going to take place, they now know. And to be thankful in that. In fact, the Desert Fathers in the early Christian church taught us and would teach that the only way to true enlightenment was actually to face death. To be on death's door and give yourself totally over to that experience. And that's when we're the most open to whatever the truth is. So to even be thankful and grateful in the rough times. And expect the rough times and know that there are times when we can grow and continue and be grateful. I found a modern Jewish prayer that reflects that a little bit. And, if you study Judaism, you begin to realize that there's a very, very interesting, subtle sense of humor within Judaism. And for me, a classic example is in the play Fiddle on the Roof. Whenever they're changing scenery and the curtains close, is when Tevye comes out pulling his milk wagon. And the idea is because his horses have gone lame because, it's kind of hard to have a horse on a stage. And that's when he's usually talking with God. And this particular time he's pulling the wagon and he goes, God, why? Why are my horses lame? I am tired of pulling this wagon. Okay, and he turns around and he pushes the wagon off stage. He was grateful he had the wagon. A Jewish prayer, and this is a contemporary one. I am thankful for the mess to clean after a party because it means I have been surrounded by friends. I am thankful for the clothes that fit a little too snug because it means I have enough to eat. I am thankful for the lawn that needs mowing, windows that need cleaning, and gutters that need fixing because it means I have a home. I am thankful for the parking spot I find at the far end of the parking lot because it means I am capable of walking. I am thankful for my huge heating bill because it means I am warm. I am thankful for the piles of laundry and ironing because it means I have clothes to wear. And I am thankful for the alarm that goes off in the early morning hours because it means I have another day in front of me. Simple ways to live that life of gratitude and thankfulness instead of, oh my God, I can't believe I got to clean up this mess. Be grateful for the mess. Be grateful for the fact you're able to clean up the mess. Or be grateful for the fact you can say, I'll get it in the morning. To truly live a life of gratitude and thankfulness for simply being in the moment and enjoying life in the moment. And I know people who know me know I was going to go to Islam eventually, because I really feel that whenever I share these spiritual concepts, I feel a need to also include Islam because that religion is so misunderstood today and has been hijacked by some very, very, whatever definition you want to use, evil, wicked criminals. But according to Islam, one of our foremost duties is to be grateful to God for all of His blessings. And they describe 3 levels of thankfulness. 1, to realize and appreciate all blessings by and within the heart. 2, to say thanks with the tongue. And 3, to express gratitude by doing righteous deeds. In other words, the first level is the appreciation and gratefulness that we feel in our heart. Then we fortify that thankfulness through our speech. And the third level is when we prove by our deeds that we are truly thankful to God. That sounds like 3 of our principles within those 3. When we give food for the food bank, be thankful for the fact that we have that food to give to others in need, who then hopefully will be thankful because food was given to them when they were in need. Kind of like love, as you spread thankfulness, more and more people become thankful. Now, not to leave out what I personally consider the hardest faith to keep, and that is atheism. And I call atheism a faith because they can't prove God doesn't exist any more than those of us say we believe in the divine, we can prove that the divine does exist. But this is strictly from a psychological point of view. There is no religious aspect in this statement I'm about to read whatsoever. They simply studied the effect of gratitude in people's lives. And this is from a study done by a psychologist from Baylor, Joanne Zhang. The social science on gratitude is pretty resolute. Feeling thankful is good for you. There's something called a grateful personality that some psychologists have studied. They find that if you're greater in the grateful personality, you tend to have increased life satisfaction, happiness, optimism, hope, positive emotion, and less anxiety and depression. Simply by living a grateful life. Not a life of want, of what I need or what I have to do to gain something, but just being grateful for being. Knowing, one, that we're on our path, and two, that we're already at the end of our path. At the same time. As the disciple who simply got excited because he knew he was going to be enlightened. He didn't care how long it took. And in that gratitude, he became enlightened. And that's what I see we should be doing on Thanksgiving. It should not be the day where we say thank you for the car we have in the driveway, or even simply thank you for the friends sitting around the table with us. But for me, it's a day to renew that commitment to living a life of gratitude, to living a life of thankfulness. To use that day by being thankful for everything around us, to reinforce in me that I need to do this all the time. You know, in fact, I thought of that Christmas carol of why couldn't it be Christmas every day? And I said the same thing with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving should be every day. We should live that life of gratitude, that life of thankfulness. And just let life be. Even in the hard times. To know that the hard times are there for us to grow, for us to learn, and to be grateful for that. And to celebrate that on Thanksgiving. Now, as I close, one of the things I'm grateful for is musicians and songwriters who do different versions of the same song. Because the same song can express different emotions. And Karen Drucker does this with the song you heard in the beginning. This is a little different version. It's a little livelier. Feel free to sing along. Feel free to stand up. Feel free to clap. Feel free to dance. Just feel free to show the simple emotion of thankfulness and gratitude as we close with this song.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Spirit, thank you for my wealth, my opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth, my opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Oh, thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Every day I say thank you for this day.
Amen. Blessed be. Namaste.
All right, thank you, Paul. And Karen Drucker is a dear friend of mine. I was thinking as we were listening to that, we need to try to get her here this upcoming year and do a concert for us. She's really good.
5 years.
I know
Make it happen.
But we are going to make it happen. Thank you, Paul, for that. Wonderful message this morning. And I know over the years it's become important for me to realize that it's good to be grateful for what we have, but so much more importantly, important to be grateful for who we are, because that can never change. We're created in the image and likeness of God. And I have a gratitude for that that transcends the material things that I have in my life. And I am so grateful for the spiritual family as we come together to support each other with love. And I can't wait every Sunday morning to be with you guys, and you inspire me so much. And we come to that point where we give to this wonderful place. If you would like to support our vision of co-creating a world that works for everyone, this is the time that we can give of our offerings. Everyone that's watching us online can give as well. Very simply, look below the post you're watching us streaming today. There's a click there in a post. You click once, you can give with any credit card or PayPal account. And for everyone here in the room, we actively give and bring our tithes and offerings forward, dropping it in the box here and taking an affirmation with you to support you during the day. And if you would like to give with a credit card, Joan is in the Welcome Center where you came in, and she can take that from you there. So let's just hold this beautiful sense of gratitude with yet another song by Karen Drucker, realizing how blessed we are. For as we give, it is given to us. There is an infinite flow in the universe. We open ourselves, we open our minds, we open our hearts to receive, knowing that as we give this morning to our spiritual family, it comes back to us. For in the end, we give to ourselves. Knowing how blessed we are this morning, sing along with me as we give with an open heart, a grateful heart, a grateful mind. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful We are grateful to everyone that gives to our spiritual family. So I hope this week is full of blessings with you. If you're with your family or you stay at home, wherever you are, may you feel an extra special blessing as we learn to be grateful throughout the entire year, every day of our life. As we feel this season come upon us, as Paul mentioned, may we have fun buying things and giving our presents, but may we remember the central reason for this time, which is the message of love and redemption and remembrance and awakening. So thank you, God, for all of our blessings today and for everyone that gives to us. And so it is. Amen. So once again, we welcome everyone that's here for the first time. Once again, take this packet with you if you would like and drop off this little sheet in the offering. If you haven't done so already, let us know what you thought about the service. And we also welcome everyone that's watching us on Facebook today. You come and see us sometime. If you're out of town and in the New Orleans area, come see us. If you live here, get your butt off the couch and come here on Sunday morning at 10:30. Reminding everyone, we also have a great youth program that happens at 10:30 during our service every day. So bring your kids along as well. So many people have been asking. So this week we are having classes and such as usual. So Tuesday night, Paul and Brenda are holding their monthly session, the series on the metaphysical Bible study, where they take a scripture and look at it through different eyes, through different translations. I know this is so important for many of us who were brought up in traditional religions and are kind of scared of the Bible and a little edgy about it. This is a way to look at the Bible with new eyes and new ideas. And so that will be Tuesday at 7 p.m. Excuse me. Wednesday night, even though it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we will be having meditation at 6 p.m., a time where we come together, going into that deep space. We light some candles, play some music, some guided words, and really enter into that sacred silence together. That will be Wednesday. And right after that, I facilitate a discussion on A Course in Miracles. So everyone is welcome to all of these events. There's no experience necessary for either one of those. Even if you don't know what A Course in Miracles is, come. This is just a spiritual discussion time. We are still giving, as always, the Second Harvest Food Bank. So continue to bring in food throughout the holidays, especially anything that's holiday-oriented, that's not perishable. Please bring that, and we will make sure it gets to Second Harvest Food Bank as they give to those that are hungry in our area. We do have the daily words ready and available out in the Welcome Center for November and December. If you're not familiar with that, that is a little wonderful book that gives you a daily dose of inspiration every single day to get your day started out right. They're just $5, and they're out in the Welcome Center as well. So did we make a decision about lunch bunts, Ms. Samantha?
Those who want to go, if they'll meet with me after, they'll decide where we'll be going.
So if you want to go to lunch bunch today, meet with Samantha right here. Y'all, let's give it up for Sue and Samantha for making those awesome waffles today. That was so good. And where did those enormous pancakes come from? That is like the biggest pancake I have ever seen. My goodness. Like if they served that to me, I'd like pass out. That's for like 10 people. So thank you guys for doing that. We really, really appreciate it. And everyone that makes this place work. We sent out a special prayer of healing to Bill, our office administrator, who's still recovering from his surgery. It's just taken a little while. All is well. It's just taken him a minute. So, man, he does so much. And I realize that when he's not here during the week, how much that I'm doing and helping out to do. He does all these things I don't even know. So we thank you, Bill. And get well. Please get here. Hurry. So once again, have a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving week. We're going to leave out today realizing that there is one life. That life is in all of us, in you and me. Talk about great artists. We listen to songs by Eddie Watkins Jr. We love him. He's been here a couple of times. So let's stand together with this great affirming song. There's one life, one love, one infinite presence. It's in all of us, y'all. So sing with us. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. Yeah. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout out. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shine. One light living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One light living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One light, one light, one love. 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 Yeah. All right. There is one infinite presence, one light that's in each and every one of us this morning, so we can use that for our good. And we can keep on, what can we do, Nicole? Keep on shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shine. One light living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One light living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. All right. Once again, thank you, Paul, for that wonderful talk this morning. As we say together our prayer protection before we head out into the day, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The presence of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is truly well, y'all. Go Saints! Have a great afternoon, a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too. I was trying to hold back on it. And I noticed
Oh yeah, it was a little hot. We'll get it.
yeah, well, I noticed that in the beginning, so I was trying to hold back on the, and it is different when you use when people are.
Oh yeah, the velocity is a lot.
Yeah,
It's a little. It's like it's trying to be natural, but like you never get it.
Right. I'll have to work with it.